Honestly, it's Brown Squad. So what we're going to be doing today, after the recent success of the last video, we're going to be going straight into another one. So as you can see, we got some UK supermarkets laid out, and we're going to be reviewing, ranking them as they already have been ranked. We're going to be looking at worst to best. However, the bottom is not the worst, but for me it's the worst because I can't afford them. But besides that, we're going to go straight into it. Let's go. Before we start also, be sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully share this so I can get more subscribers. And the more subscribers I get, the more chance I'll be able to save up for the PS5 by Christmas. So, let's get into this. First one, the bottom of the pack. Waitrose. Middle class. It's just exactly pretty much. That's exactly what it is. It's middle class at its finest. You won't find them in the high street. Simple as that. The thing is with Waitrose is that even salads cost money. That's a lot of money. I can't afford to shop at Waitrose. An average man like me. It's a lot of money. And it takes a lot out of my pocket just to walk into there. Probably costs £30 to even be able to check out with your salad, let alone buy it. Similarly with that, at Marks and Spencer's. Now, every time I've walked into Marks and Spencer's, there've always been about 2,000 flowers laid out against the wall. I don't know why that's there, because flowers are a waste of money. So, ever selling flowers is not going to get them anywhere financially. Because no one cares about flowers besides Valentine's Day. So, in Marks and Spencer's, them selling flowers is just a waste of money. Instead they should actually put stuff there that is worth money, like a pick and mix machine or something like that. Because then maybe I would actually go to Marks and Spencer's. Sure, it might be £40 for a large tub of pick and mix, but I would still probably go in there. So that is the middle class section though. It's nothing too special, to be quite honest. It's just there. They do cost a lot of money, which is why they're separated from everything else. Besides that, we've got upper tier. So this is the D tier, but it's also known as subscribe to Brown Squad, because that's what you should be doing right now. So, first of all, I want to point this out, and I want to say both of the things in this list seem to be rip-offs of the other ones. So, first of all, let's get into our popular supermarket. This is quite a large one across the country. We've got Lidl. Lidl, I don't think I've been in there once. All I know is that it's a poor man's Aldi. And Aldi's already a poor man's shop. So, Lidl, it must cost like 5p for everything, to be honest. But, I'm not completely sure. Besides that, it does seem like a cool shop, but it's not worthy of anything up above it. So, besides that, Lidl is okay, it's not amazing, so be sure to never go there, because Aldi exists. But we'll get to Aldi eventually. Next up, we have Pound World. Oh goodness me, I'm about to die. Pound World. So, Pound World is just a poor man's Poundland, but it excels in nothing that Poundland doesn't excel in. Does Pound World have a pick and mix machine? I don't think it does. So, realistically, Poundland already sky leaps ahead of it, light years ahead of it. There's nothing that can beat Poundland. And you'll notice that in the image of Pound World, the orange on the world is highlighted. They're trying to imply, with English, the grade 9 that I have, that Poundland is only a land, so it's not that big compared to Pound World. However, Poundland is bigger just because Poundland is bigger. Because whoever goes to shop in a Pound World, you just don't, do you? It's a waste of time. And I think everyone should discriminate Pound World for trying to take Poundland's name. Because you can't beat Poundland. It's just a fact. Anyway, moving on. That was subscribe to Brawler Squad tier list. And then after that, we've got basically a C tier. So, we're already moving up quite fast. However, there's not a lot of items on the list, so we're trying to make it long. So we've got It's Alright. Which is basically, yeah, it's alright. There's nothing really wrong with it. There's nothing really amazing with it though, to be honest. It's just average. So first of all, we've got Iceland. Now Iceland, yeah, it is I do like Iceland, but there's one thing that Iceland excels at compared to everything else on this list that makes it worthy of C tier, I guess. There's not a lot in Iceland, but there is something, and that is the brand deal they have with Greggs. You could go to Iceland and you could pick up steak bakes. Now that is amazing. Not only that, it's cheaper. So if you actually have an oven, that's quite cool. A lot of people hopefully do have an oven listening to this. You could just go to Iceland, pick up 4 sausage rolls, mind you, for about £1 or maybe 2 even. So it's a good deal. You're getting financial profit on it. Go home, slap it in the oven for 20 minutes, and you got sausage rolls from Greggs. So you're making money. You're not making money, but you're saving money. It goes to Iceland and buy Greggs, which is why Iceland is a good supermarket, to be honest. To be quite frank with you, there's never been anything wrong with Iceland. I have personally enjoyed it the few times I have been in there, and I have been there a few times. Not a favourite of mine because across the road from there's a Morrison's, which is preferable, but Iceland does exist and it's quite a cool shop. So if you do end up wanting Greggs and you're like me, nearly middle class but not middle class, then you go to Iceland, cop some Greggs sausage rolls or a steak bake, walk out with it, chuck in the oven, and you got a great meal. However, moving swiftly forward, next up we've got Sainsbury's. Now Sainsbury's, I have a notorious history of Sainsbury's, to say the least. I was nearly arrested in there once because I took some Mossy Monsters in there. Now, this was about 5 years ago, and I hope I won't die for that. But Sainsbury's is a scary place, to say the least. I am such a cool guy that one time I did walk it back in there. Luckily, I wasn't detained, probably because I was about 12. But it is still a scary place. It is a terrifying place. Every time I think about Sainsbury's, I think about our notorious past, and I think about how much I'm probably wanted by less Sainsbury's Corporation. But that will not stop me from walking into Sainsbury's and grabbing some snacks, maybe. Because there was even this one time, we actually had lunch inside a Sainsbury's cafe. And that is quite a traumatic time, to be quite fair. Luckily I wasn't stopped, taken out into the side room and beaten because of my previous acts inside of the store, but it was a good lunch. However, Sainsbury's is on the verge of middle class, I feel. And if you do end up having a meal in there, you might get a chicken nuggets and chips meal for about £5. Which, to be quite honest, that is a lot of money. £5 for that. Because you can walk around Sainsbury's, pick up a bag of 40 chicken nuggets, pick up a bag of chips, £2. You made their meal in £3 less, and you got more out of it. So why would I want to sit down at Sainsbury's and eat in there when I could take more food, go home with it? You see what I'm saying? Sainsbury's does not make sense. Sainsbury's is quite a cool shop. That's why it's a cool shop, basically, to be honest. But yeah, I can't really say that anything besides that. I don't know why it's in C tier. Probably because I'm scared of them, and I want to actually give them some praise, because I might die if I don't. So yeah, that's why it's in C tier. Next up, the finale of the C tier. We got Home Bargains, but however, as it's known in the image, Home Bargain. That's probably how half the English population says it anyway. So, Home Bargains is basically a Poundland, but it's not a Poundland. Sorry, that's my alarm going off. So it's basically Poundland, but not Poundland. It's quite confusing, but it's good, to be honest. It's quite cool. You can get packs of iced biscuits, I think they're called, or party rings, for about 80p. That's a good deal. Or is it 40p? Either one. That is a good deal. Right, because you get 3 of them for nearly £1.20 if they're 40p. That's impeccable, to say the least. That will feed me, possibly throughout the duration of this video if I was eating. Luckily for you, you don't have to listen to the crunches in the microphone. But I would be glad to do that. So Home Bargains, decent shop. They've got everything in there. That's the difference between Home Bargains and Poundland. Poundland doesn't excel because everything's a pound basically until it's not, which is the big items at like £2. Disgusting. I think we have to talk to Poundland after we get to that tier. But Poundland, yeah, we're not ranking that for now. Home Bargains though, there's everything in there. That shop is massive. You can probably find some sort of child in there and you can buy that for about 20p. To be quite honest, Home Bargains, it's a good shop. It's just all around very fair. There's nothing really wrong with the place. I'd happily go to Home Bargains, pick up some tea biscuits for £2.99 and then leave. However, that's the C tier. That's alright. So we're going to get into the B tier. This is quite good. It's not impeccable. It's not detrimental to society. It's good. It's alright. So let's get into it. So we got the first one, Co-op. Now Co-op. How many pause we've got to take to talk? Co-op, simply put, is nearly middle class as well. It's very on the verge of it, but Co-op, where it lacks in price, makes up for in taste because everything in Co-op is amazing. I love it. I love it. There's very decent meals in there. You can get a pack of chocolate brownies or whatever. £2. It's worth it because Co-op is tasty. It's a delicious place. And I think that people underrate Co-op very much. They don't realise its existence. Now Co-op is a small shop. If it was any smaller, it would be a corner shop. But luckily, it's not. So, that's why it's in this tier list, and that's why it is being ranked. Because I do like the Co-op. Now, I don't go there a lot, but the Co-op is a great place. And if you haven't shopped in the Co-op before, you should definitely try it out. See what they have in there, because they have some good donuts there as well. Very good donuts. I'm just saying. Alright, now let's get into the next one. Now, this shop is underrated as heck. We can't swear here, but it's underrated as heck. So, we have this beauty disguise, I like to call it. So, his name is Farm Foods. Now, Farm Foods is kind of left in the dust, to be completely honest. There's not really much way to talk about it. Farm Foods, no one cares about a lot of the time. The Farm Foods near me, they don't even have lights at work. So, where do people go to Farm Foods? That's a good thing, they don't. So there's everything there. There's everything there. And it's cheap. You can go there. You can get 2 packs of bananas and shrimps. Now, that doesn't sound a lot. They're about 300 grams each. 600 grams. And they're about £1. Now, that is amazing. That is a deal. I don't think people understand how much of a deal that really is. Because it's amazing. It is truly amazing. Any day of the week, I would love that. Because Farm Foods treats me right. Farm Foods does a lot of the things that the things below it does not do. Farm Foods cares about me, and I care about it. Because not a lot of people care about Farm Foods. So when it finally finds a great relationship with a person, it truly attaches itself similar to me. Which is why I care about Farm Foods so much. Because I love it. He's amazing. And it's not anything bad inside of Farm Foods, to be honest. Everything in Farm Foods is great. Besides the food they actually make themselves. So that's why we go there to get the off-brand stuff that they actually don't make. Like Ritz tea biscuits. And other things like crackers. And food that they don't make themselves. So, Farm Foods, underrated. It's an underrated pick. And it's great. It is good. It is a good pick. That's why it's in quite good. Because I know about my supermarkets. I have been to most of them on this list. And by most of them I mean basically all of them, probably once in my 15 years of life. So, that's why Farm Foods is there. However, it's not in the top. Because there's one more. This is Lidl's big brother. The one that probably beats him. Because Lidl doesn't work properly. So, we've got Aldi. Aldi, goodness me, what a shop. You can't go wrong with an Aldi. The items in Aldi, they're cheap as chips. And the chips inside of Aldi, they're quite cheap. So, you know when you go to Aldi, you're going to get a great deal. You know that you're going to get an impeccable deal. So, let's get this straight. The fudge in Aldi, 55p for about a 200 gram pack. That is amazing. And toffee as well. That is amazing. There's nothing wrong with that. If you get a 2 litre bottle of their Coke, sure it's not actual Coke, but it's about 40p. 40p for that. Sign me up for that, mate. Because to be honest, Aldi sells some great items. Unless they've gone bankrupt, to be honest. They even make their items that they cost 0p to make. Because it's so cheap in there. I don't understand how they have not gone bankrupt. But it's amazing. I love Aldi. If you've ever been to an Aldi before, you should go there. Sure, they don't make the highest quality of the stuff. Now a lot of people say quality over quantity. I would say quantity over quality every day. You gotta think about that. Because Aldi is great. Because I'd rather have a nice pack of fudge for 55p. It's not top of the grade, but it's close. Rather than the £1 one, because I could basically get 2 of them for the same price. Aldi does great things for what it's meant to be. People don't realise how good Aldi really is until you've been there. That's Aldi for you. And that cuts off the C tier and the B tier and middle class, and subscribe to Brandon Squad, which you should have done already before you started even watching this video, to be honest. Let's get into A tier. Now, if you notice, A for amazing, because they are these two beauties. They are beauties. Now, Aldi was a close third, to be honest. But next up, we've got Morrison's. Now, Morrison's could probably crush Lidl under its boot and forget it's even there, to be honest. That's how trash Lidl is compared to Morrison's. Lidl is absolutely horrific, and I don't know why anyone would ever go there in their lives. So let's get straight to it. Morrison's. What does Morrison's have you say that makes it so good? To be honest, I don't know, but they have some good things in there. So let's get into it. So first of all, you get a litre bottle of Lucozade in there for £1. For £1. In my opinion, that's a steal. Like, you can't go wrong with it. I would 100% cop that. Do you know why? Because it's a litre bottle of Lucozade. So think about it. 10p is 100 millilitres. That's a beautiful deal. That is a beautiful deal. Why is not any other shops not implementing that into their sales marketing scheme? It doesn't make sense. Next up, Morrison's has Sour Patch Kids in there, Now, I don't know about you, but I've not seen any shop besides Morrison's have Sour Patch Kids. And I love Sour Patch Kids because they are American, and American things, a lot of the time, are quite cool. Or they're stupid, like the actual Americans. Don't tell them I said that, please. They'll probably get very angry. But, besides that, Morrison's is a great shop. It's quite... It's middle of the class in prices. In the working class section of shops. So it's just your average supermarket. But, you need to think about it. Now, Lidl and Pound World compared to Morrison's are like little infants. They're probably not even born yet, to be honest. Like, they're probably sat at home making TikToks in front of their sleeping grandmother. While Morrison's is out there getting paid because Morrison's is cool. Because people love Morrison's. The people love Morrison's. And I don't even have to walk in there with a face mask a lot of the time. That's great. Morrison's gets my vote. Or before we go, the fudge in Morrison's, impeccable. Let's get straight into it. There's a sweets aisle, an aisle of sweets, an aisle. There's not that in Aldi. There's not even half an aisle in Aldi, because a lot of shops thinks that's not good. But at Morrison's has got me. Morrison's has always got me. Been there for me since day one. And that's where people fail to realise that Morrison's is a top tier. Because Morrison's is amazing. He's a good guy. And should get some more credit. But, next up. Now this. Oh, an definitive A. There's nothing wrong with this beauty. And I'll say that he was very close to being S tier. Very close. Poundland. Goodness me. What a guy. He makes some beauties. Do you not understand? There's pick a mix in there. £1 tubs of pick a mix. Lat. Okay, there's a twist to it. You can even fill up more of the tub. And with that, you can get more out of it. That's an exact reason why I love Poundland, to be honest. Because it's just beauty. And everything in there, that is worth buying, let me mind you. Because no one cares about the £2 items, to be honest. It's £1. Now that means you can pop in there after school and you could get a 4-pack of fudge, which if you've seen my last video is an S tier, by the way, for £1. Now, to be honest, or maybe it's a 6-pack, it's probably a 6 even, which is amazing, because that's unreasonable. It's unreasonable to the actual suppliers of the corner shop, because inside of the corner shop, that would be £1.50. However, in contrast to that, in Poundland it's only £1. So you're making bank. You're keeping your money, and you're enjoying yourself doing it because it's in a nice little big pack. Going one at a time. It's all good, smooth sailing for everyone. Everyone enjoys it. That's why Poundland is an A tier, because you can't go wrong with Poundland. You can't. There's nothing wrong with the place. I love it. I love the place so much. I would probably have my next child in there if I could, but I probably wouldn't ever have a child to be quite reasonable. So that was the amazing tip. Now let's just look back what we've done so far. So we've got through the middle class. See, the middle class wasn't that hard to take over anyway, because they only care about their money, not each other. So we got through the middle class straight away, flied through it. And then we got the ones I'd rather stomp to death than even go inside of it. Lidl and Pound World. Because Pound World trying to take Poundland's name could not be could not happen. They can't do that. Then we got the alright ones. We got the okay ones. Nothing too special. Besides Sainsbury's I'm quite in fear of. But besides that, it's alright. Quite good. We got some bangers. We got some good shops in there. Very high quality shops. We'll definitely go in there once again. Next up, A tier. We got some beauties. And that's where we leave it off. because after that we've got English's finest. Now these shops, they've been there for me since the birth. I was probably shopping in Tesco before I was even born. But we're not talking about Tesco. First we've got Asda. Now Asda, oh goodness me, when you walk in there it's like you're walking into Dubai in supermarket form. Because Asda, it's amazing. Not only can you get school clothes there, which I don't think I ever do in my life, but they exist, so it's great. Because why would you rather go to a school shop when you could go to Asda and get your school clothes? You get what I'm saying? So Asda, goodness me, they're so high class, but so working class. But they do make some great sausage rolls. Their sausage rolls are there, top tier. If I could put that in a chocolate tier list, they'd be S tier. However, sausage rolls sadly don't classify as chocolate bars, so they wouldn't have been in that tier list. But as to sausage rolls, they are great. They are just great, and they're cheap as well. They are cheap. They are cheap. Let's get that into your head. Asda makes some great things, and they're cheap, and it has a sweets aisle, an entire aisle dedicated to sweets and biscuits. That is beautiful. See, the other shops below this need to take some words of wisdom from Asda, because they spit straight facts. Asda knows what they're doing. They know how to get the customer, especially a customer like me, who's on the verge of getting type 2 diabetes. Asda makes some great stuff. I love it there, and I would definitely go there every day, all day, because that place is so big. You can play hide and seek in there. It is beautiful. There's so much to do in there. You could live inside of their freezers if you wanted to be honest. But I wouldn't recommend that. You'd probably die. But besides that, Asda is beautiful. They make some great stuff there. But let's get into the one and only. I've been waiting to say this guy for a while now. He is the one with the best. He's the one with the most. Tesco. Goodness me, Tesco's been around for nearly 300 odd years, I think. And I just want to say, despite not living through most of them, I have loved it. I have loved it so much. They know how to get me. They've got pick and mix machines in there. £4 for a large tub, any day of the week, mate. Any day. Love it there. They have some amazing pick and mix. And I bet there's one thing you're waiting for me to say. The cocktail sausages. Oh, mate. Wow. Speechless, to say the least, about them. Like, you can't go wrong with them. You can't. The cocktail sausages are one of the best things the humankind has ever made. Forget the iPhone 11, because cocktail sausages really will save humanity. There's not a lot of things to say about Tesco's. Besides, it is the best. We all know it. They apply to every single type of person. We got working class, middle class, higher class. There's no favouritism. The high class have the cafe. The middle class, they have the remnants of the working and the higher class, because no one cares about the middle class. And then we have the working class, they have everything else. So all around Tesco's, it's for everyone. You got baby stuff for the little children that I don't want to talk about anymore because I might get arrested for that. Then you got oh, so much. You've got the sausage rolls as well. They make beautiful sausage rolls as well. All their savoury products, they are unspeakable in the amount of quality that they have, because they are beautiful. Tesco's makes some great items, and people fail to realise how good Tesco's is. That place is beautiful. You see the name of Tesco's, 5 parts of it. The T in Tesco stands for terrific. There's no doubt about that. The E in Tesco stands for entertaining, because it's entertainingly amazing. The S in Tesco stands for super. The C in Tesco stands for convenient, and the O in Tesco stands for olive oil, because you can buy that at Tesco's. But besides that, everyone, thank you for watching and have a great day. Be sure to comment in the description what you want to see from me next. Have a great day, everyone. Take care and stay safe.